Hello everyone. So today we are going to start the new topic, that is NPO. Now what does NPO mean? NPO basically means a not for profit organization. So any entity created for the purpose of not earning any profits but for the social welfare. It might be in any form. It might be in the form of education, it might be in the form of any growth of any women empowerment or anything it can be. So some examples of non-profit organizations. So we have Tata Foundation. Heard about Tata Foundation? Then we have Reliance Foundation, right? Rotary Club. We have Lions Club. So all these comes under what? Under NPO, not for profit organizations. So their main motive is social welfare rather than earning profits. Whatever profits they earn, if in case they earn any profits, that will again be utilized towards serving the people, and it won't be shared between the partners or the owners of the business. Clear? Okay. So now, coming to financial statements of a non-profit organization. So what consists of accounts for non-profit organizations? See, we have learned the preparation of accounts for sole proprietor. We will look at how to prepare the P&L account or whatever the accounts are for the partnership. For company we will see, and similarly now we will see how to prepare the accounts for not for profit organizations. So in this case we have only three different accounts. One is receipts and payments account, then we have income and expenditure account, and we have balance sheet. Balance sheet we all know how to prepare. The same thing will be repeated over here. The only difference is capital account, whatever you used to write, will be called as capital fund. In this case it will be called as capital fund. Clear? Okay. Now coming to receipts and payments account, look over here. So, what is the nature of receipts and payments account? So, this is exactly similar to your cash or bank transaction. So, it will basically have cash or bank transactions. So, it is exactly similar to your cash book. Whatever cash book you prepare, it is exactly similar. So, on the debit side, what do you have in the cash book? We have receipts. We have receipts. And on the credit side, we have what? We have payments. We have payments. Similar format will be used over here. Clear? Then summary of cash and bank transactions. So this will be again similar to a cash book. This will be a summary of cash and bank transactions. Then it starts with the opening balance of cash and bank account and ends with the closing balance of the same. So just like your cash book, we start with the opening balance of cash or bank account and balance brought down, remember, and we end with what? With the closing balance of cash or bank. Then it is prepared on cash base of accounting. Now what do I mean by cash base of accounting? That means you will pass the entry in this account, in receipts and payments account, only when you receive or you pay cash. You receive or pay cash. It won't be followed. It won't be prepared using the accrual basis. P&L account is based on accrual basis, right? All the other ledger accounts are based on accrual basis, where you receive the amount or not, it doesn't matter. But if the amount belongs to this financial year, you enter it. But in cash account, you enter all the transaction only if there is a cash inflow or a cash outflow. Only those transactions will be recorded. If there is no cash inflow or cash outflow, please do not record it in the receipt and payments account. Clear? Okay. Next, we have income and expenditure account. Now, what is income and expenditure account? Again, it is exactly equivalent to your profit and loss account, where on the debit side you write all the expenses, or in this case we call it as expenditure. Then on the credit side we write something called as incomes. Clear? This is prepared on accrual basis. See, receipt and payments account used to be prepared on what? Cash basis. Now, income and expenditure account will be prepared on accrual basis. That means, look at if the expense belongs to this year, enter it. If the expense does not belong to this year, do not enter it. Simple as that. In the cash account, we used to see if the cash is gone or cash is received, right? But in income and expenditure account, what do we see? We see whether the expense belongs to this year. It is paid or not, I don't care about that. If it belongs to this year, I should have paid this year, but I'm paying it next year, I should enter it in the income and expenditure account. Because why? Because that expense belongs to this year. Clear? See, accrual basis I have clearly explained in the P&L account of the sole proprietorship. Please look it over there. Only revenue nature items are taken to this account. That means in this account, in my income, receipt and payments account, both my capital and revenue items are taken to the receipt and payments account. Whereas in my income and expenditure, I take only what? In only the revenue nature, incomes or expenses, whatever it can be. Clear? Then profit is termed as surplus. See, in my P&L account of a sole proprietorship, I used to term the profit as what? Net profit or net loss. But in this case, we change the terminology. We change it to what? We call it as surplus. And write excess of income over expenditure. That means my income is more than my expenditure. So I call it as surplus. Whereas loss is termed as deficit. Whereas it is called as excess of expenditure over income. That means my expenditure is more than my income. Clear? This is how we prepare what? Income and expenditure account. Then after this, so all these formats will be dealt while dealing with the questions clearly. Fine. Okay. Now, accounting treatment for special items. So we have some incomes and expenses and how to treat it. So first of all, we have donation. Donation will be the major source of income for the NPO. Clear? So this has some types, that is, see, whatever general donations we have, and what do I mean by general donation? See, for a NPO, donations becomes the major source of income. Donation becomes the major source of income. Clear? Whatever donations we receive from some people who wants to contribute to the society, those people donate the money to the NPOs, because these NPOs are into specific purpose, be it education, be it upliftment of some poor people or some other works, whatever it might be, which is benefiting the society in whole. So those kind of activities are undertaken by the NPOs. So what does people do? See, let's say I have 1000 rupees. So now I want to donate this. Can I use this whole money to educate some children? No, because 1000 rupees won't be enough for anything. Right? So what do? I donate it to a NPO which is into education of poor people. So in that case, what do the NPOs do? They will club all the donations of people given to them. They will use it for the activities of the NPOs. This is how NPOs work. So now what do? I pay the donation to the NPO. Now, whenever NPO receives the money, it is a income for them. It is a income for them. So, whenever we have general donation, remember the word general donation. Whenever we have a general donation, this will come to my what? To my income and expenditure account. This will go to my income and expenditure account. Then, any special donations that we have, any special donations we have. No, sir, what does special donation mean? Special donations are the donations given for specific activities. For example, building a library, building a road, building a building, whatever buildings we have, okay, for that purpose. So, whatever the person donates, the donor, whoever is there, the person who donates is called as a donor. So, that donor, whenever he donates, he says that this should be used for this activity. Let us say, I want some schools to be built. Okay, I want some school to be built. So what do? I say a NPO that I am giving you this much in lakhs or crores, and this money should only be utilized towards what? Towards building schools for poor children, and nowhere else you can use this. So whenever special instructions are given for a donation that is taken by the NPO, that will be termed as what? A special donation. Now, where will this donation go? Whenever we receive a special donation, this will go to my liability side of the balance sheet. Remember this, okay? So whenever there is a general donation, since it is a major income of a NPO, we take it to the income and expenditure account. See, these both will go to my receipts and payments account on the receipt side because I am receiving it. This is the first part. Subsequently, it has to go to either my balance sheet or to my income and expenditure. That will depend now. That will depend on what? Whether it's a capital receipt or a revenue receipt. In case of general donation, it will always be a revenue receipt. That means it will go to my income and expenditure account. And whenever I say special donation, that for a purpose, for a specific purpose, it was given, in that case, it will always go to the liability side of the balance sheet. Clear? We mentioned this, it as a separate item in the liability side of the balance sheet. This is the first part. Then going ahead, we have entrance and admission fees. So let us say NPO is organizing an event so as to collect money. Okay. Now let us say I have called, let's say, Sonu Nigam. I have called Sonu Nigam for making a concert, and from this concert, whatever money I receive will be used towards the society's upliftment or any activities that is benefiting the society as a whole. Now, whatever entrance fees or admission fees we have received is generally capitalized. So now why I am saying generally capitalized? See, in this part, what happens is question clearly specifies you whatever entrance fees you have received. Out of that, how much should be capitalized and how much should be taken as a revenue item. Taken as a revenue item. Revenue items are goes to where? To my income and expenditure account. I have discussed you previously. Whatever capital items we have, will be taken to the balance sheet, whereas whatever revenue items we have will be taken to the income and expenditure account. Clear? Now, because of this, see, as per the question, see, always have a look at questions. So whenever the question says that so much percentage, let's say 25% of the amount should be taken as a capitalized item and the remaining will go to my income and expenditure account. So similar entry should be done in the books. Clear? But if the question is silent, simply capitalize it. Simply capitalize it. If the question does not specify anything about the entrance fees or the admission fees, straight away capitalize it in where? In the balance sheet. Capitalize it in the balance sheet. Clear? Okay. Now we have life membership fees. So what is the life membership fees? Have you heard about gym fees? In gym we have membership fees, right? We have one time fees which is paid for the lifetime. See, since I am receiving it one time, this is a one time payment. Whenever I say lifetime membership fees, I have only one life currently, so I will pay the whole amount at once. So this is a one time payment. This life membership fees is a one-time payment to join the clubs, to join any of the NPOs. See, there are volunteers who join the NPOs, right, to help the society. For cleaning activities, we need people, right? We cannot pay everyone. So some people join the NGOs or the NPOs for what? For so helping out the society, for like undertaking any of the activities for that sake. So in that case, those members will pay what? They will pay the life membership fees. For the membership of the NPO, they pay a small fee to the NPO. This is called as life membership fees. Okay, to be a member for the lifetime. So since this is a one-time fees received from a person, this will also be what? This will also be capitalized. This will also be capitalized in the what? In the balance sheet. This will also be capitalized in the balance sheet because see, we have studied the chapter on revenue and capital. See, whenever we are receiving any money on a recurring basis, that will be a revenue income. Whereas if I am receiving something on a one-time basis, it will be a capital item. Remember whatever was taught to you for classifying it as revenue or capital or revenue. So we had two main criteria. One was recurring and one more was the quantity of the amount, whether it's a big amount or a small amount, and whether it's benefiting for a long term or not, right? So in this case, it is received on a one-time basis. So because of that reason, this one-time amount, whatever I have received, will be what? Will be capitalized. Will be capitalized in the balance sheet on the liability side. On the liability side of the balance sheet. Clear with this? So then we have legacy again. What is legacy? What does legacy mean? See, legacy basically means, let us say I am a person who has more money, who has too much of money. Now I don't have, let's say, kids. I don't have any kids. Or I might have kids who are not worthy of the money. So what do? I write a will saying that whatever property or whatever assets I have in my name and whatever money I have in my name should be donated after my death to so and so society or the NPO. Sorry, not society, to the NPO, to the so and so NPO. So what happens after my death? My lawyer will come and talk to my son saying that your father has mentioned a will saying that whatever property he has will not go to you people, but it will go to the NPO. So my sons will be like, oh my God, what did my father do? He cheated on me. Fine, no issues, because you are unworthy. I have donated all the money to the NPO. So this money, whatever I donate, is called as legacy. Now what do you mean by legacy? Any money donated by person or any property donated by person from his own properties. Clear? That will be taken as a, after his death, whatever money is being donated to the trust will be taken as a legacy. See, legacy, you have heard, right? Virat Kohli's legacy. What is it? Or whatever back history he has made. So in this case, in this chapter, legacy means whatever money I had before my death will be donated to a trust. This is what is called as legacy. Now again, legacy is also something which you receive on a one-time basis. Not that the person will come alive tomorrow, make more money and die again and give me more legacy, right? So from one person I will receive the legacy only once. So because of that reason, this legacy will also be what? Will also be a one-time basis, and it will also be what? It will also be capitalized. Clear? Then sale of old newspapers, so it's also a kind of income which is on a recurring basis. Now whenever I say recurring basis, what do you mean? It will be a revenue item. It will be a revenue item, because see, I will buy more newspapers. Tomorrow only the paper will become old. So what do? I combine them and sell it off. for some money, for some small money, right? So it will be a revenue item, and it will be taken to what? To my income and expenditure account. Remember this, revenue items will be taken to income and expenditure account, whereas all the capital items will be taken to my balance sheet. Remember this thing in your mind. Just like whatever revenue items were there will be taken to my P&L account in the sole proprietorship. Remember, similarly here also the same logic applies. Clear? But just the name has been changed. That's it, nothing else. Clear? Okay. So then sale of old fixed assets. Okay, what you used to do for this? What you used to do? Whatever income was there, whatever income on the sale of old assets, or whatever loss on the sale of old fixed assets was to be taken to what? To the income and expenditure account. Remember, on the income side or the profit and loss, debit and credit side, we used to mention it depending on loss or profit. Similarly, it has to be taken to what? To the income and expenditure account. And whatever the value of the machinery is being sold, that has to be deducted from the balance sheet. Clear? Two separate adjustments. Then honorarium. Honorarium means what? What does honorarium mean? What do you mean by honor? Honor means giving respect to someone. Giving respect to someone. So let us say tomorrow in a function I call a guest. Tomorrow in a function I call a guest. This guest has come. Okay. He has come over there to contribute his service. Or let's say to give a speech. Let's say I had called Sonu Nigam. Remember, for this I had invited Sonu Nigam for some musical concert so as to collect money for the trust, for the NGO, sorry, for the NPO. Now Sonu Nigam has worked over here, agree. But whatever money I pay him is called as what? As a honorarium. Since he has come over here for a noble cause, I am paying him honorarium, not his fees, but we call it as a honorarium, just so as to give him a respect. So just to give him some respect, we pay something called as honorarium. This will be a revenue expenditure, because see, we generally keep on keeping some functions in a NPO. So honorariums is a recurring activity that is being incurred, right? Honorarium is a recurring expenditure that is being incurred. Because of this, it will be taken to what? To my income and expenditure account once again. Clear? Okay. Then we have subscriptions. Okay. This is a major part that you need to take care of, because see, there can be two types: subscriptions which are received, subscriptions which are paid. Generally, in this chapter, whatever subscription word you hear is a receipt. Now, what do I mean by subscription? See, just like my entrance or admission fees, we have subscriptions. These are incomes which are received on a recurring basis. You have heard subscription to newspapers, subscription to weekly journals or monthly journals. Similarly, we have subscriptions over here in the NPOs. So here what happens? People of the trust or the volunteers who are enrolled to the trust pay a monthly or a yearly subscription to the trust. Pay a monthly or a yearly subscription to the trust. So this will be a one more major source of income after donation to the trust. So depending on this income, the NPO or the trust runs. Clear? So now what is the main part over here? What is the main part? See, whatever subscriptions you receive is the income to you. So whenever I say income, that means it will go to what? To the income and expenditure account. So again it will transfer to what? To the income and expenditure account. Clear? Subscriptions will never go to my balance sheet. What goes to the balance sheet? Only outstanding subscription or advance subscription goes to the balance sheet. Other than that, nothing. Only the other subscription which are received goes to my income and expenditure account. See, whatever money I receive will go to the receipts and payments account first, and after that whatever income or whatever the subscription belongs to this financial year will go to my income and expenditure account. So now, to understand this better, we will take some examples now. Okay. Now let us look at some questions on accrual of subscriptions received. See, understand this. Okay, close your eyes for a minute. Now, whenever I say any item should go to my income and expenditure account, what do I mean by that? I mean, what should go? Only the amounts which belongs to this financial year, whether it is received or not. Whatever income or expenditure which belongs to my this financial year, close your eyes. So this financial year, whether it is received or not. Clear with this? So this is what we do in the income and expenditure account. This is what's called as accrual basis of accounting. Yes, whatever we receive or not, but this should belong to this financial year. If it is paid in the next financial year also, not problem, but it should belong to this financial year. Whatever salaries I pay should belong to this financial year, whether it is paid or not. Remember, we have studied this in the P&L accounts clearly. Remember? Okay. Now, what about receipts and payments account? In receipts and payments account, it does not matter whether it belongs to this financial year or not, but it should be received. It should be received or paid. It should be received or paid in cash. Clear? That is what happens in the receipts and payments account. But whereas in my income and expenditure account, the income or the expenditure should belong to this year. What do I mean by the word belong? Belong simply means that whether it is received or not, that doesn't matter. But it is pertaining to this financial year. Whatever financial year I am working out for. Clear? Now let's look at the question and understand it better. Case number 1. Subscription received for financial year 24-25 is rupees 20,000. Okay. Nothing else is given to you. Nothing else is given to you. So what will I assume? So in my receipts and payments account, what is the amount that will be mentioned on the receipt side? It will be rupees 20,000. Clear? It will be rupees 20,000. In my income and expenditure account, how much will the amount mentioned? Again rupees 20,000, because nothing else is given to us. Nothing else regarding subscription received is given to us. Only this much information is given to us. Clear? Clear with this? Okay. Now let's make a small twist over here. Now let us take a small twist over here. Okay, let's once a minute. Now I say, along with this question, I say, per month subscription is how much? I have only one person. His subscription per month is 1,500 rupees per month. Now tell me, what is the yearly subscription that should happen? It is rupees 1,500 into 12 months. How much will that be? Rupees 18,000. See sir, I should receive rupees 18,000 per month as a what? As a subscription. But how much have I received? Rupees 20,000. So what does that mean? I have received 2,000 rupees more. I have only one person who is paying me subscription. In that case, I should have received how much? 18,000, because it is 1,500 per month for 12 months. That is for 1 year. That would be how much? Rupees 18,000. But how much have I received? I have received 20,000 rupees. So what does that mean? That person has paid me rupees 2,000 in advance. Rupees 2,000 in advance. That was supposed to be paid in the next year. So now there is a small change over here. Now there is a small change over here. See, in my receipts and payments account, how much will I enter? I will enter whatever is received. How much is received for this year? Rupees 20,000 is received for this year. Clear? Then, in my income and expenditure, what do I enter? I enter on the accrual basis. I enter the entries on the accrual basis. Now, what do I mean by accrual basis? The income should belong to this year. Now tell me, out of rupees 20,000, how much is the income belonging to this financial year? It is only rupees 18,000. Remaining 2,000 rupees, whatever I have received, is for the next financial year. See, by income, what do I mean? This amount into 12, that is rupees 18,000. So only rupees 18,000 belongs to my this financial year. That is my 24-25 financial year. But whatever rupees 2,000 is received in advance, is a income for next financial year. So what do? I write 20,000 rupees minus rupees 2,000. So that will be 18,000 rupees is the amount that will be entered in the income and expenditure account. Why? Because again I am mentioning it that rupees 2,000 rupees is the advance amount received for financial year 25-26. For the next financial year, whatever amount was supposed to be received, I have received in this financial year. Clear? How do you do it? Fine. So in receipts and payments account, we have 20,000 rupees. Irrespective of to which financial year it belongs, I don't care. I care what? Only about the amount is received or not. If I receive the amount, I will enter it in the receipts and payments account. But whereas in my income and expenditure account, I enter only the amount which belongs to this financial year. Only. Clear? Okay. Now going ahead. Let's take case number 2. So in case number 2, subscription received for the financial year 24-25 is how much? Rupees 20,000 rupees. So straight away in my receipts and payments account, what do I enter? Rupees 20,000 is received. Is 20,000 rupees received. So this goes to my receipt and payments account. Why? Because whatever is received is received. That's it. Only for the purpose of receipts and payments account. Now coming to my income and expenditure, what is given to you? Out of this amount, 5,000 is outstanding for FY 24-25. Out of this amount, how much is pending? 5,000 rupees is outstanding for this financial year, and rupees 3,000 was outstanding for 23-24. Now, what has happened over here? So let us write the years over here. So we have 23, 24, then we have 24, 25, then we have 25, 26. Clear? Okay. Now what is the actual amount received? I have received 20,000 rupees over here. Let's mention in a different color. Rupees 20,000 is actually received. Fine. Rupees 20,000 rupees is actually received. Now, see. Rupees 5,000 is outstanding for FY 24-25. Rupees 20,000, sorry, 5,000 rupees is outstanding for this year. So whenever I say outstanding, what do you mean by this? What do you mean by outstanding? That amount was supposed to be received, but it is not received. It is not received. Clear? Amount was supposed to be received to me, but I have not received the amount. So because of this, what will happen? It was an income for this year. But it is not received. When will he pay me? In the next financial year. We will assume that it will be paid in the next financial year. Clear? So now what to do over here? Since it is received in the next financial year, because you see, whatever amount is outstanding for this year will be paid in the next financial year. This is the assumption we have. Whatever is amount is pending to be received in this financial year will be received in the next financial year. See, clearly understand all the terminologies, because in examination they won't spare you. They will trick you with the terminologies itself by two all these examples. Clear? So please try to be really strong with your English. There is no other alternative for this. Okay? Please try to be strong with English, because in examination they will trick you. If you miss a single entry by two something by like that, you will mess up really bad. Please. Okay? So now, not only in this chapter, it's also with the case of the final accounts of sole proprietorship, also with the partnership, and also with the company's account. All these accounts, all these chapters will trick you based on your English. So please try to improve your English more. Clear? Okay. Now in this case, see, the amount of rupees 5,000 was outstanding for this year. See, my financial year is what? This is my current financial year. Remember this. This is my current financial year. I am preparing my books for what? For this financial year. Clear? So I have received 20,000 rupees in cash. So this will be taken to my receipts and payments account straight away, because I have received cash. Done. For receiving payment. Now to decide for the income and expenditure account. Now to decide what to take to income and expenditure account, what do? So first adjustment they have given is 5,000 is outstanding for FY 24-25. 5,000 rupees is outstanding for FY 24-25. Now, if it is outstanding for this year, what do I mean? That it was supposed to be received, but it is not received. I was supposed to receive the money, but it is not received. So, when will I receive this? In the next financial year. Now tell me, one simple question I will ask you. Does this money belong to financial year 25-26 or financial year 24-25? Does this income belongs to financial year 24-25 or financial year 25-26? It belongs to financial year 24-25. It belongs to the financial year 24-25. Because of this, what I will do? I will add rupees 5,000. I will add rupees 5,000 over here. Clear? Okay, let me just rewrite it once again. I will add rupees 5,000 over here. Why I will add it over here? Because it was received in the next financial year. Agree. But when does this money belong to? To which financial year does this money belong to? To the financial year 24-25. I am stressing it out over here because this will be really important while solving your questions. So please concentrate. Clear? So because it was received in the next financial year, but it was belonging to this financial year, some idiot has not paid the subscription money. So because of this, he is paying it the next financial year. So what do? Since it is income for me, I will consider it for this financial year only. I will not take it for the next financial year. When he pays it in the next financial year, it will go to the receipts and payments account of that financial year. But it will not go to the income and expenditure of that financial year. I will deduct it from the 20,000 rupees or whatever money I received in the next financial year. Clear? Okay. Going forward. Hopefully it is clear. Rupees 3,000 outstanding for financial year 23-24. Financial year 23-24, some amount was outstanding. Okay. See, in the financial year 23-24, there was an amount of rupees 3000 which was pending to be received. Some idiot has not paid for the previous year also. For the previous year also, some person has not paid it. Now, because of that, when will he pay me? He will pay me in the financial year what? 24-25. Now tell me, does this income belong to year 24-25 or 23-24? Does this income belong to financial year 23-24 or 24-25? This income will belong to what? To the financial year 2024. This income will belong to financial year 23-24. So this should not be taken to this financial year. Clear? Since this income belong to the previous financial year, I will not take it again in this financial year. Because I will have considered it once before. Now again if I consider it in this financial year, it will be a double entry in my books. It is like taking income twice, which is wrong, which is completely wrong, right? So because of this, what do? I will deduct this amount from the whole amount. See, this 3000 rupees whatever is there is already included in this amount. Yeah. Imagine a person is paying you the money of rupees 3000 which belongs to the previous year. Now where will this money be included? It will already be included in this amount. It will already be included in this amount. I need to take it out from that now. I have to take it out from that now. Clear? Okay. So now tell me the net amount that is taken to my income and expenditure account. To my income and expenditure account, what do? I how much will be the amount? So 20,000 rupees minus plus 5,000 rupees minus 3,000 rupees. It will be rupees 22,000. So rupees 22,000 will be taken to what? To my income and expenditure account. So what do I mean by this? See, for my receipts and payments account, I have taken 20,000 rupees over here because it was actually received. It was actually received by me in cash. But whereas my income and expenditure account, this amount is what? Is not considered yet. It is not considered. This is the amount that was belonging to this financial year. This is the income that is belonging to this financial year. Clear? Okay. Now going further. So let's tweak up the example. Or else, not required. Okay. Here, let's see. So case number 3. Subscription received for financial year 24-25 is how much rupees? 20,000 rupees. Okay, fine. So I have FY 23-24. Then we have FY 24-25, FY 25-26. So this is my current financial year. Now, so rupees 20,000 rupees has been received for financial year 24-25. So what do? I first write it down. Rupees 20,000. So tell me how much is the amount that will go to my receipts and payment account? It is rupees again what? Receipts and payments account. Just a minute. Receipts and payments account. How much will go to my receipts and payments? Again rupees 20,000 only. There won't be any changes in the amount because 20,000 rupees is received. 20,000 rupees is received from someone, and whenever I receive anything, it will straight away go to my receipts and payments account. Clear? Okay. Now going further. Out of this 20,000 rupees, what has happened now? Rupees 5,000 is outstanding for FY 24-25. So now again what has happened? Rupees 5,000 is outstanding for this financial year. For this financial year, I was supposed to receive 5,000 rupees. Is it received? Not received. When will I receive this? In the next financial year. So what do? In this financial year, I will add it. Why? Because it was the income belonging to this financial year, which is received in the next financial year. So is this money included over here? No sir, because it is not included, it is called as what? Outstanding. Because it is not included, we call it as what? We call it as outstanding. Clear? So this is why I add rupees 5,000 over here. Clear with this? Okay, next, going further. Rupees 3,000 outstanding for FY 23-24. So for the previous financial year, rupees 3,000 was outstanding. So when will this amount be received? It will be received in financial year 24-25. It will be received in the financial year 24-25 because he has not paid the amount here, but he has paid the amount in the next financial year. So where will this amount be included? Already in rupees 20,000 rupees, this amount is included. Clear? Because this is the amount I have received. I have received from the previous financial year now. I have received from the previous financial year. So now I need to do what? I need to deduct it back. I need to reduce it. I need to remove it off. See, whatever remains for this year, I need to keep it, and whatever belongs to the previous financial year, remove it off. For the next financial year, remove it off. Clear? This is how it works. So now again, deduct what? Rupees 5,000. But in the previous financial year, I would have actually added rupees. How much? Sorry, not 5,000 rupees, rupees 3,000. Sorry for my bad. Rupees 3,000. So in the previous financial year, it was income, right, which was outstanding. So I will add it in the previous financial year. Clear? Same way, this 5,000 rupees was for the financial year 24-25. But when is it received? It is received in financial year 25-26. So I will what? I will deduct it in that financial year's amount. See, in simple terms, what is happening over here? I add it over here, I deduct it in the next year. I deduct it over here, I add it in the previous year. So when I see in simple terms, in simple terms, if you remember, see whether the income belongs to this year. See whether the income belongs to this year, irrespective of its receipt, or whenever you receive it. See if the income belongs to this financial year. If yes, take it. Close your eyes and simply take it in this financial year. Since in this example, 5,000 rupees was outstanding for this year. Is it received? No. But was it belonging to this year? Yes. So because of this, I have added it over here. Then coming to rupees 3,000 rupees. Is rupees 3,000 belonging to this year? No, sir. It was belonging to financial year 23-24. That is my previous year. When is it received? In this year. So or else, is it an income of this year? No, sir. It is income of previous year. So I have added in the previous year and deducted it in the current year. Clear? Okay. Now going further. Rupees 6,000 is received in advance for FY 24-25. So what has happened over here? Now I have received rupees 6,000 in advance. In what? Financial year 24-25. Now what do I mean by in advance? That it is received in advance, which was supposed to be received in the next financial year. Next financial year I should have received it, but I am receiving it in this financial year. Right? I should have received it in the next financial year, but I am receiving it in this financial year. Next financial year ಸಿಗಬೇಕಿತ್ತು, but ಇವಾಗ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು. ಹೌದಾ? So because of this, what is happening? What has happened over here? So I should deduct it in this financial year. Rupees 6,000, I should deduct it from this financial year. Why? Because this is not an income of this year. It is not an income of this year, but it's the income of next financial year. It is the income of next financial year. Because of that, I will deduct this amount in this financial year, because it's not an income of this year, but it is income of next year. Right? So it's already included in this amount. Why? It is an advance amount received. It is an advance amount received. So because of that, I will deduct the amount here, and I will add the amount in the next financial year. Clear? Because this amount belongs to the next financial year, which is already received in financial year 24-25. That is my current financial year. Clear with this? Okay, going further. Rupees 4,500 is received in advance in financial year 24-25. So in financial year 2024, I have received some money which was received in advance. So in advance, whenever I mean, for which year was this money to be received? It was to be received for the financial year 24-25. It was supposed to be received for financial year 24-25. But when am I receiving it? I am receiving it in the financial year 23-24. So that means, is it the income of financial year 23-24? No, sir. It is the income for the financial year 24-25. So therefore, I will deduct the money in this year and add the money in this year. Clear? This is how we need to find out the amount that should be taken to the income and expenditure account. So now compute. 20,000 rupees plus 5,000 rupees minus 3,000 rupees minus 6,000 rupees plus 4,500. That will be rupees how much? 20,500. So again, this amount will be taken to what? To my income and expenditure account. Clear with this? So this amount varies from this amount over here. Clear? So rupees 20,000 will be taken to my what? Receipts and payments account, whereas rupees 20,500 will be taken to what? To the income and expenditure account. So these both amounts vary. Clear? So depending on outstanding or advance, you need to take it to the balance sheet of the P&L, just like we used to do in the what? In the P&L account of the sole proprietor. Same logic applies over here also. If there is outstanding subscription receivable, that means we are supposed to receive an income in the next financial year. So it will be an asset. Whereas if we receive any advance, it is a liability. Clear? Fine. Now look at some questions that is given in your illustration and the last part of the textbooks. So we have illustration number 3. Suppose salary is paid. So at this time we are not talking about the income, we are talking about the expenses. We are talking about the expenses because salaries have been paid during 2022. So the financial year we are dealing with what? 2022 were rupees 23,000 rupees. Okay. So we have paid a total salary of how much? Rupees 23,000 for the whole year. But does this salary belong to this year only? Let's see. The following is the further information available. Okay. Now what have they given you? That salary is unpaid for on 31st March is how much? For 2021 is rupees 1,400. Prepaid on 31st March 2021 is how much? Rupees 400. Then unpaid on 31st March 2022 is how much? 1,800. And prepaid on 31st March 2022 is how much? Rupees 600. So which is the year we are dealing with? We are dealing with the year 2022. So I will just write it down for you. My current financial year is what? 2022. That is my calendar year. In this case, it is my calendar year. Okay. Now, going further, what have they asked us to find? Calculate the amount debited to the income and expenditure account in respect of salaries and show necessary ledger accounts. Okay. Now we need to show how much is the amount that is debited to my income and expenditure account. Similar to your P&L account, in an income and expenditure account also, any entry you pass on the debit side will be an expense entry. Any entry you pass on the credit side will be an income entry. Remember this. Clear? Okay. So now it is debited to the income and expenditure account. Now what do I mean by this? A salary is an expense. Salary is an expense. Now change your point of view. Change your point of view. It is an expense in this case. Okay. So now first of all let us prepare salaries account. Salaries account. This is my debit. This is my credit. Okay. Before going to the main part, let us do a small exercise over here. So tell me what is the actual salary received, paid. How much is the actual salary paid? It is rupees 23,000 for the financial year what? 2022, right? So now the total actual paid is how much? 23,000 rupees. Fine. Then what about outstanding? What about outstanding? You will add or less. Let's see. See, salary is unpaid on 31st March. That means it is outstanding for this year. It is outstanding for what? 2021. Sorry, I'm sorry. It is outstanding for what? 2021. Outstanding for 2021. So in the previous year 21, it was outstanding. So that means it is received in this year. So it means it is included in this year. Does this expense belong to this financial year 2022? No, it was belonging to previous year where it was unpaid and has been paid in this year and has been by mistakenly incurred. Not by mistakenly, it has been shown in this part. So I need to take it off. I need to take it off. Why? How? Reducing rupees 1,400. Clear? Okay. Then prepaid. Now what do I mean by prepaid? It is paid in advance. It is paid in advance. Okay. It is paid in advance for what? 2021. So any salary is paid in advance in the previous year. Does that belongs to the previous year? No. It was belonging to my current financial year or the current year to the current year. So that means I need to add it over here. So in my advance, what I will do? I will add rupees 400. Clear with this? Okay. Then going further. Unpaid on 2022. So in this year, in my current year, it is my 2022 financial year. Sorry, my current year, amount of rupees 1,800 is unpaid. What do you mean by unpaid? It's outstanding. Then when is this paid? ಯಾವಾಗ ಪೇ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? In 2023. In the next financial year you pay it, right? But tell me this. Is it an expense of 2022 or an expense of 2023? It is an expense of 2022. It is an expense of 2022. Even though it is not paid, but it is an expense of this financial year. So now what to do? I need to add it. add it as outstanding in this year. So rupees 1800. Only you should see whether the expense is for this year or for the next year. If it is for the next year, irrespective of what, irrespective of whether it is paid or not, whether it is paid or not, whether it belongs to this year, if it is yes, add it. If no, deduct it. That's it. Okay? Yes or no. This is what you need to answer. Whether this expense or income belongs to this year, yes, add it. No, deduct it. Okay, let's see. Let's see how that works. Prepaid in 2022. So in the financial year 2022, in my current financial year, I am prepaid. I have prepaid. What do prepaid mean? Advance. In advance, I have paid the salary to employees. In advance, I have paid salary to employees. Now the question, does this expense belong to this year? No. Why? Because it is for the next year, which was paid in this year. For the next year, I have paid in this year in advance. So because of that, what to do? I need to deduct it in this year. Now tell me the net figure. Now tell me the net figure. Rupees 23,000 minus 1,400 plus 1,800 plus 400 minus 600. Rupees 23,200 is the net amount belonging to this year. Net salaries belonging to this year, which will be taken to what? Which will be taken to my income and expenditure account. Which will be taken to my income and expenditure account. Clear? Now how to pass the interest in the salaries account? Just have a look at it. See, salary account is what? Is a expense account. So whatever entry I pass on the debit side will increase the balance. Whatever entry I pass on the credit side will decrease the balance. So now how to pass the entries, sir? Now how to pass it? See, I won't be teaching you the basic journal entries because it will simply confuse you people. So what do? I will teach you with the help of the ledgers clearly. Remember this, okay? See now, first of all, actuals we have paid. See, whenever I pay salary, the expense of salary will increase, right? Whenever I pay salary, the expenses of salary will increase. So where will I pass the entry? On the debit side. Why? I need to increase the value of salaries now. So I will pass the entry on the debit side. Now what do I pass the entry as? How is salary paid? How is salary paid? Through cash. Through cash. So to cash account. So when is this paid? When is this paid? So let's do one thing. I will also add the dates along with this. Okay, so I have to clear it out. So when is this paid? On 31st of December 22. The total amount has been paid. Of rupees how much? Rupees 23,000 rupees. This was the actual amount paid, right? It is the actual amount what has went through cash account. So that's why in my receipts and payments account I am taking rupees 20,000 rupees only. Then going further, now only look at this. See, using the question we have prepared that, using the question what was given, we have prepared this part, right? So now depending on this part, add or less, we need to pass the entries. Now let's see how to pass it. So first one, rupees 1,400 deducted as outstanding. So what do I do? What do I do? See, since this was paid in the beginning of the year, so it will be taken to the beginning of the year. See, 1,400 is where? Here. It was belonging to the previous year. So it is a balance which was carried forward from the previous year. So the entry will be on the credit side. Why? Because I am deducting it. So entry will be on the credit side. So to deduct it from the value of salaries, I will credit the entry. What? As what? By, sorry, date is required, right? So date will be 1st of Jan 22. Salaries outstanding. How much is the amount? 1,400. Clear? Then next, outstanding we have 1,800. This was for what year? For 2022. For the current year 2022, right? So because of this, it will be outstanding that will be carried forward to the next year. See, whatever is outstanding for this year will be paid in the next year. So that's why what do I do is I will write it in the debit side. Why debit side? Because I need to add it, and we have seen the logic also. Why to add it, right? So now to add this, what do I do? On this part, 31, 12, 22, 2 salary outstanding. How much is the amount? Rupees 1,800. Rupees 1,800. 1,800. Clear? Okay. Then after this, what else? Coming to my advance, 400 rupees was received in advance. When? for the financial year 21-22. So this has to be added. This has to be added, right? So whenever I need to add, I need to increase. So that means I will debit the entry as what? As what? On 1st of Jan 22 to salary in advance or advance salary, whatever you can write, no issues. Advance salary in advance, rupees how much? Rupees 400. Okay. Then same way for the deduction, right? See, this is the deduction for 2022. So that means at the year end we have paid it in advance. So which was belonging to the next year, to the next financial year. So that's why I need to deduct it, right? I need to deduct it. So whenever I need to deduct it, I will create the entry. So whenever I create the entry will be on the this side. So on 31st of December 22, by what? By salary in advance, or advance salary I will write better. I will write advance salary. Rupees how much? Rupees 600. Rupees 600. Okay. Now try to find the balancing figure if it is there. So 400 plus 23,000 plus 1,800 minus 1,400 minus 600. That would be how much? 23,200. This is the amount. This is the amount that will be to income. Sorry, by income and expenditure account. By income and expenditure account. Clear with this? How to pass the entry? Clear with this? How to pass the entry? See, this entry will go on the debit side of the income and expenditure account because it's a transfer entry. So because of the transfer entry, this will go to my what? To my debit side of the income and expenditure account. Debit side of the income and expenditure account. Because of that, it will be taken as an expense for this financial year. Only for this financial year, rupees 23,200 will be the expense. Clear? Okay. Now let's prepare salaries outstanding account. So now tell me, whatever salaries outstanding account we have is a what kind of account? Is a liability, because I am supposed to pay. It is outstanding. I am supposed to pay. So it's a liability account. So whenever I pass the enter on the credit side, it will increase the balance, and whenever I pass the enter on the debit side, it will decrease the balance, right? So now what to do? So first of all, salaries outstanding account. Do it as a, see, whatever salaries outstanding. Remember whatever I have taught you in the final accounts of sole proprietorship. Whatever salaries outstanding you have is a liability. Because of that, it will be shown as a liability in the balance sheet. And we know that whatever balances we have in the balance sheet will be carried forward to the next financial year, right? So that means whatever outstanding I have over here, unpaid for the previous year, this part, whatever outstanding I have of the previous year will be the carry forward balance for this year. So we will write what? We will write on what side? Liabilities will always have a credit balance. So on the 1st of Jan 2022, sorry, by balance, what? By balance brought down. Rupees how much was it? Rupees 1,400. Rupees 1,400 is the opening balance of salaries outstanding for the financial year, for the current year 2022, right? So this was outstanding in the financial year what? In the current year 2021. I have taken it as the opening balance for 2022. Now what will I do with this? I need to cancel it off. How? By adjusting this with the salaries. I need to adjust this with current year salaries, because see, it was outstanding for the previous year, but it is received in this financial year, right? It was outstanding for previous financial year, but it is received in this financial year. Now I need to cancel it off. How do I cancel it? By passing the entry as what? On the same date. On the same date I will cancel it off. How? By passing to salaries account rupees 1,400. If you see, this entry has been passed over here. Salaries outstanding rupees 1,400 on the credit side, on the debit side, right? We have passed both the reverse entries, so my adjustment is proper. So I am not teaching you the by hearting things. I am teaching you the logic. See, What is the logic over here? Since this is a liability account, I will just write it out for you. This is a liability account. This is a liability account. Any entry you pass on the credit side will increase the balance. Any entry you pass on the debit side will decrease the balance. Now let us assume we are in the financial year 2021. We are in the financial year 2021. So any amount that is outstanding for that year, will be what? Will be a liability for that year also. So it will be taken to my balance sheet, that we know already. So whenever I take it to the balance sheet, since it is a liability, it will be a balance in the balance sheet. So now while coming to find my financial year, what? My financial year 2022, it will be a opening balance of liability. It will be a opening balance of liability. And we know that liabilities account already have what? A credit balance. So whatever balance we had for the previous year will be carried forward to this year as what? A balance brought down. As a balance brought down. Now whenever I carry forward this, I need to adjust this with current year salary. So how do I do it? By reversing it off. See, whatever salary was outstanding, we have received in this year. We have received in this year also. So now, this be the balance remaining? Should this be the balance remaining? No, sir, because it's already received. It's already received in this financial year. That is my 2022 financial year. Right? So because of this, I am now cancelling it. How to cancel it off? By debiting the entry. By passing the entry on the other side. So I am cancelling it off by passing the entry to what? To the salaries account. And this will adjust with the salaries amount over here. Clear? Okay. Then going further. We also have outstanding. We have one more outstanding rupees 1800. Remember. So this was unpaid on 2022. So for this year it is unpaid amount again. So I need to increase the balance of outstanding for this year. See, now currently it is, now tell me the balance of salaries outstanding account. It is 0 because this amount is cancelling off this amount. Right? Both the amounts are cancelling off. So the amount is 0. But there is still some outstanding remaining for this year. 1800 rupees is outstanding, newly created for this financial year. I had to pay some amount this year which I did not pay. So because of this, again some outstanding amount is created. So what to do with this? I need to increase the balance of salaries outstanding account. So what do? I will again pass a new entry on the year end. On the year end, I will pass a new entry saying what? By salaries account, rupees how much? 1800. The same entry has been taken to the debit side of the salaries account. Yes? Okay. Now, at the end of the day, I need to close the account. How will I close the account? Again, balance it off. To balance carried on, which is my balancing figure in this case. So how much will that be? Again, rupees 1800 only. So again, in the next year, what will happen? In the year 2023, what will happen? This will be taken as the opening balance on the credit side as rupees 1800. Again, you will deduct it by reducing it over on the credit side to salaries account. The same thing will go on continuing. Understood? This is how we do it. Then next, we have salaries outstanding account. So we have advance salary. Advance salaries account. Debits, credit. Now tell me, whatever advance salaries account we have, what is the nature of this out of 5 bits? Whenever I am paying a salary in advance, it is a asset to me. It is an asset, right? This is for financial year 2022 that I am preparing it for the not for the financial year, sorry, for the current year 2022 I am preparing it. Now because of this, whenever we have a asset account, what kind of balance will it have? So any entry I pass on the debit side will increase the balance, any entry I pass on the credit side will decrease the balance. This much we know already. So now see, prepaid on 2021, right? See, I think that I have made a small mistake over here. See, as per the question, it is 31st March 2021. So I have taken the financial year, just change all the amounts of all the dates to the financial year dates. Okay, that is the only change regarding the dates. So no issues over here. Now we have a prepaid on for rupees 400. That was for 2021. So now what to do? Now this is the opening balance. See, let us assume we are in the financial year. Close your eyes again. So we are in the financial year 2021. Now whatever amount was paid in advance is the asset for that year. So because of this, it will be asset, and it will be taken to the balance sheet. Whenever I take it to the balance sheet in the financial year or my year 2022, in my year 2022, what will happen? What will happen? It will be asset again. So whenever we have asset, the balance will be taken to the debit side as what? To balance. I will just write the dates also for you people. It is on 1 1 22 2 balance brought down, rupees how much? Rupees 400 is the opening balance. Okay, now should I keep this balance? No, it should be adjusted with the salary. See, we have done the adjustments over here. That means we have to adjust it with what? To salaries. So the entry will be what? I need to reduce it now. See, whatever was advanced for previous year actually belong to this financial year, that is 2022. So now I need to adjust it with this year's salary only. So it will clear off. It will clear off the previous year advance. So to clear off, what do I do? On the same date, 1/1/2022, buy what? Salaries. Buy salaries account. Rupees 400. So this will clear off the balance. See, I have reduced the value by crediting it. I have reduced the value of advances by crediting it. Right? So rupees 400 credited. So over here, if you see, 400 rupees has been debited. Right? The same entry is passed over here also. Okay, then going further. Then prepaid on 2022. So for this financial year, for the financial year or my current year 2022, rupees 600 is paid in advance. I have paid advance. This advance belongs to which year? The next year, that is 2023. 2023. Because of that, this is a asset for me in this year. So whenever asset balance is to be increased, I will debit the account. I will debit the account as what? As what? On the year end, I will debit the account as what? To salaries account, rupees. How much? 600. 600. And now this will again be carried forward to what? To the next financial year as what? 31/12/22. By balance carried on, rupees 600. This is my balancing figure. If you see this entry also, it has been taken on the credit side of the salaries account as rupees 600. Clear? This is how you prepare all the accounts. Clear? So subscription account also might be asked for you to prepare. So that also you need to prepare in the same way. Clear? Yes.